This is my new car. It only has 32 kilometers on it. First time driving the new car. Hey guys, it's Olivia and I'm back with another video. So this location probably doesn't look very familiar to you, and that's because it's also not familiar to me. This is the back seat of my brand new car. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that the first car I ever had was a 2009 Nissan Versa, and then the transmission gave out on me. I made a video about that car, which you can watch right here. And then I got a 2008 Toyota Prius, and I've had that for about 3 years now. And it was just old. It was time for an upgrade. It didn't have the features that I wanted, and it was just kind of falling apart on me. And so I still have that car, as in it's currently parked in my driveway, but I'm never going to be driving that car ever again because I have this one now. And what car is it? You may be asking. It is a 2023 Kia Forte EX+. Let's do a quick walk around of this car. So this is the front, and we're just going to walk around. I got it in white. Now let's look at the inside. So this is the key. Turn it to the side, press unlock. And so this is the view from the driver's seat. We got the 3-spoke steering wheel. On the steering, this is like voice command. And then I can change the radio modes, volume, switch stations. This is to answer and hang up calls. This is to view my favorites in my contacts. Over here, this button is to change the information on the screen up here. This is cruise control, this is lane assist, and this is to pause or restart a song. And then this is to select things on the screen, up, down, and okay. And then this, I believe, is for cruise to go faster or slower. Then over here, we have a 10.2-inch screen. Let me turn on the car real quick. It is not push to start. My current car is, but this one is not. So when you start the car, everything lights up. Here's my RPM, the temperature of my engine. I'm in park right now, how many kilometers I have on this tank of gas left to drive, my speedometer, my odometer, the temperature outside. Right now I have my parking brake on, that's why that light is there. And then another speedometer. So I have an analog one and a digital one. And then I got a full tank of gas. Then over here, this screen, it has Apple CarPlay. And let's just talk about that for a second. So as I said, I had a 2008 car previously, so I didn't have CarPlay, but like everyone around me has CarPlay because they have newer cars. But my car has wireless CarPlay, which I don't think is like super new, but like most people I know, they have plug-in CarPlay. So like down here, I have some USB ports. This one is, it just says USB, I guess, if I want to plug something in and view it on the screen. Then I have, this one is specifically for charging only. And then I have the 12-volt one. But yeah, my phone isn't plugged in right now, but the CarPlay still shows up on the screen and it happens wirelessly, and I think that's awesome. Like when I went to the dealership, I brought a cable with me because I wanted to try out the CarPlay, and then when I was just like fiddling around with stuff, setting it up, it let me set it up wirelessly, and I was like, oh, okay. So now I literally never have to plug my phone in because this car also has a wireless charging pad. So if I put my phone here, this light turns on, and then when we look at the screen, there's the charging icon. So I have a wireless charging pad and wireless CarPlay, so I don't have to plug my phone in when I'm in my car. I will still plug a USB charger in there in case one of my friends, I'm driving them and they want to charge their phone. But yeah, everything in this car is wireless and I like that. Moving on to some other things. So this is my gear shift, just the basic park, reverse, neutral, drive. This S, I'm not exactly sure what it means. At first I thought it was sport mode, but I'll show you later why I now know that's not sport mode, or why I no longer think it's sport mode. But let me just show you. Park, reverse, and when you put it in reverse, the backup camera shows up, and if I turn, you can see it shows me how much I've turned, and then there's the blue line that shows where I would be if I was going straight back. Neutral, drive, and then if I go over, then I have the S, and I have plus and minus. So those are my gears. But then you see this button right here that says drive mode. So if we look at this little screen here and I click the drive mode button, that's where you see sport mode and smart, and then I go back to normal. So the drive mode button changes it into sport mode, so I have no clue what the S on my gear shift means. I'll read the manual and figure it out, but right now I do not know. Going back to this general area, I have heated seats, fully, medium, low, off, and then the front passenger also has one. The rear passengers unfortunately do not. If I had gotten a higher trim, I believe it included heated rear seats, but I got the EX+, which is the third from the bottom. So there's LX, EX, and then EX+, and that's the one that I have. I also have a heated steering wheel. It only has on and off, and it is April now, so it is spring, so it's pretty warm. Like, it's 18 degrees Celsius right now. I'll put the Fahrenheit conversion on the screen. So it's actually like pretty warm right now, so I will not be needing the heated steering wheel. But when I initially went in to buy this car, so quick background information, I went at the beginning of March. Like the first Monday in March, I went and ordered this car, and then it came. Now it's the second Monday of April. So it took about 5 weeks and the car came in, which, considering there's a vehicle shortage right now, that was actually very fast. So when I initially bought the car, it was winter and it was chilly, and I live in Canada, so winter's gonna come back. And so I got me a heated steering wheel so that when it is winter and my steering wheel is cold to the touch, well, now it won't be. Another thing, I have a sunroof. I don't know if you can see that, but I got me a sunroof, or a moonroof, or whatever people call it. I call it a sunroof. And yeah, let me actually open it up. So open this, and then there is this button right here. Open and close. Yeah. Now moving over to the driver's side door. Here is the controls for the wing mirrors, left and right, and then I can adjust it with these arrows, and then unlock and lock, and then here are the power windows and then the window lock. One thing I noticed, there is only auto down for the front driver window, but it doesn't have auto up. So like if I click this button, the window comes all the way down by itself, but if I pull it up, it doesn't. I have to hold it for it to go up. And that's not like the absolute worst thing in the world, but like even my 08 Prius has auto up and down. So I'm just kind of surprised that it only has auto down, but honestly, it has so many other things that I like that I don't particularly care. Another thing it has is the blind spot sensor light. So if there's someone in my blind spot, that light will turn orange. For you new drivers out there, that does not mean that you don't still check the blind spot with your neck. You still check it, but it's just an added feature. Okay? I'm still gonna be doing this every single time I drive. But it has the sensor on both wing mirrors. Then moving over to the left of the steering wheel, we have, this is just the brightness of this display. And then I can turn the blind spot indicator light on or off. So right now it's on, or I can turn it off. This, there's nothing here. And then this is traction control, and I can turn that on or off. Then in the center console below the screen, we have our radio controls. And then we also have volume on and off. And then this is like the seek to change radio stations. And then we have the hazard lights and like to open and close the vents. Then our climate control, cold to hot, the speed of the fan and where the air comes out of, whether it's feet or face or both, the AC button, and then the rear window heat button. Then if we go a little bit down, here is the parking brake, and then here are my 2 cup holders. Right now I just have a camera lens in there. And then if we go back a little bit further, we have this armrest with some storage space in it. And then over to the passenger side, we have this glove box. It has a decent amount of space. My current car actually has a dual glove box, one on the top, one on the bottom. And I actually do actively use both of them. And this one is obviously smaller than both of those combined, but honestly it's big enough for the things I need. I probably have a bunch of stuff I don't need in my other glove box, so now it's gonna actually make me organize myself and only keep stuff I need in the glove compartment. And then in the driver's side door, there is a lock and unlock button as well as power windows. Now let's go to the back seat. So now we're in the back seat where we started. And so right now I am behind the driver, and I'm not a very tall person. I'm only 5'6". So with the seat where a 5'6" person would sit, I have quite a bit of leg room. So sitting behind myself is pretty comfortable. And then this is the power window on the door. And then if we scooch over to the other side, we have the power window on the door. And this seat is a little bit further back, but I still have leg room. And then there's this little compartment to put some stuff. There's not one behind the driver's seat, only behind the passenger seat. And then here is the vent and such. And then also there is a USB charging port at the back for my passengers who are sitting in the back seat. And then in the middle seat, there is this armrest that comes down. And this is where the back passenger cup holders are. Flip that back up. One thing I will say, with my old car, the rear cup holders were like in this general area. So you could fold it up or you could fold it down. That way, even if someone was sitting in the middle seat, the back passengers still could access this cup holder. Meanwhile, now, if someone is sitting in the middle seat, well, now your cup holders are behind the person in the middle, but there are cup holders in the door, so that is still an option for your drinks. Now let's look at the trunk. So once again, we have the key. If we turn it to the side, there's this button to open the trunk. Click and hold. And the trunk opens up. So here's the trunk. There is quite a bit of space. And let's say I needed to carry something exceptionally big. I can pull on this and pull on this, and then go inside the car and pull the seats forward. So now I have all this space in the back of my car if I need it. So yeah, that is my brand new car, fresh off the lot. I literally drove from the dealership straight home to pick up my camera, and then I drove here just so that like my neighbors wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, what is she doing? Da-da-da-da. So then I drove to this location to just like film the car. And so like I literally came from the car dealership less than an hour ago. So this is my brand new car. And the day that I'm filming this is Monday, April 10th. I don't know when I'm posting this video, but yeah. Got my brand new car. One thing I'm gonna have to do that I am gonna make a video about, so look out for that. I'm gonna make a video about how to change your car for Uber, because if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I am an Uber Eats driver. But now that I have a new car, I can start driving Uber passengers. So I think your car has to be like less than 10 years old or something in order to drive passengers, and I had a 15-year-old car from 2008, so obviously I wasn't eligible to drive people. I was only eligible to deliver food. So now I have the potential to make more money because I can drive Uber passengers. And so I'm gonna have to go into the Uber app and switch my car over and all that stuff. And so I'm gonna make a video about that because I'm no longer driving that 2008 Prius. I'm driving this 2023 Kia Forte, and I gotta let Uber know that. Ooh, one quick thing before we go in relation to Uber. When looking at my screen, this is CarPlay, and like it shows you the different apps that are available. If I scroll over, the Uber driver app isn't quite ready yet. When you tap it, it says updates coming soon. We'll let you know when the Uber app is ready to connect to CarPlay. So it's not quite ready yet, but it will be ready at some point. So once they set that up, when I'm on my deliveries and clicking to accept deliveries and getting directions and all that stuff, I'll be able to do everything through my car. Yes, if I'm still doing Uber Eats, I'll need to bring my phone to show the people working at the restaurant which order I'm picking up. But if I start to exclusively do passengers, I don't know if I'm going to do that, but if I start to exclusively do passengers, then everything will be able to be done through my screen. I will literally not have to touch my phone, because I don't take Ubers often because I have my own car. But on the rare occasion that I do take Ubers, when they're like nearing my destination to drop me off, and so another passenger pickup shows up on their phone that they want to accept, they have to do it through the phone. They can't do it through the car. So they have to have their phone mounted somewhere in their car and then also have their screen, so they're constantly using both. But once this Uber update comes to either, I don't know if it's the car that isn't updated or if it's the phone app that isn't updated, I don't know. But once the update arrives, if I only do Uber passenger, I'll be able to do everything directly through my car, and I think that that's very smart, and I'm very glad that they have integrated that. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you think your friends will enjoy it, be sure to share it with them. All my social media links will be down below in case you want to follow me on there. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make new videos every Monday. Thank you to my channel members, and be sure to check out one of these suggested videos, and I'll see you next Monday with a new video.